Istiadat perkahwinan diraja. Yang teramat mulia Paduka Seri Pangeran Anak Puteri Fadzilah Lumbabul Bolkiah, binti Kapawah Duli Yang Maha Mulia Paduka Seri Baginda Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah, Muizzadin Wad Daulah, dengan Yang Mulia Awang Abdullah Nabil Mahmud Al-Hashimi. Allah peliharakan pengantin diraja.
The arrival of His Majesty and Her Majesty Duli Raja Isteri was preceded by the Panglima Diraja, carrying the Pemuras and Karga or musket and bullet bag, as well as the Panglima Asgar, carrying the Kalasak and Kampilan or machete and long shield, accompanied by the bearers of the alat-alat perhiasan tunggal. Also in attendance were His Majesty's sons, daughters, brothers and sisters. His Royal Highness Prince Haji Al-Muhtadi Billah, the Crown Prince, and Her Royal Highness Paduka Seri Pangeran Anak Isteri Pangeran Anak Sara. His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Malik and Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Anak Isteri Pangeran Rabiatul Adawiyah. His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Matin. His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Wakil. His Royal Highness Prince Muhammad Bolkiah and Her Royal Highness Pangeran Anak Isteri Pangeran Anak Haja Zaria. His Royal Highness Prince Haji Sofri Bolkiah, Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Bini Haja Faiza. His Royal Highness Prince Haji Jeffrey Bolkiah and Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Anak Isteri Pangeran Nur Hayati. Her Royal Highness Princess Hajar Rashida Sadatul Bolkiah. Her Royal Highness Princess Hajah Mutawakila Hayatul Bolkiah. Her Royal Highness Princess Hajah Majida Nurul Bolkiah. Her Royal Highness Princess Hajah Hafiza Sururul Bolkiah. Her Royal Highness Princess Azima Ni'matul Bolkiah. Her Royal Highness Princess Amirah Wardatul Bolkiah. Her Royal Highness Princess Hajah Masna. And Her Royal Highness Princess Hajah Amal Umi Kalthum Al-Islam. Also in attendance was the mother of the royal bride, Datin Paduka Sri Dayang Hajah Mariam. Also present was His Majesty's guest, Yang Amat Mulia Tunku Idris Iskandar Ismail Abdul Rahman Ibni Sultan Ibrahim Ismail, the Tunku Temenggong of Johor. The istiadat began with the entrance of 4 awang-awang lighting up the Dian Empat or 4 ceremonial candles. This was followed by 2 awang-awang carrying the kasur namat, a cushion of yellow cloth upon which was laid an embroidered mat placed in the center of the Dian Empat. Subsequently, yang dimuliakan Pihin Orang Kaya Johan Pahlawan Datuk Seri Setia Haji Awang Adnan inform Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Indra Setia Diraja Sahibul Karib Pangeran Anak Haji Idris that the istiadat to invite the royal bride was ready. Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Indra Setia Diraja Sahibul Karib then informed likewise to His Majesty.
Bampun, Janda Pihin Rangkai Johan Pahlawan menyembahkan istiadat menjunjung Paduka Anak Da yang teramat mulia Paduka Seri Pangeran Anak Puteri Fadzilah Bolkiah telah siap sedia. Patik menjunjung titah.
His Majesty the Sultan in Di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam instructed Her Royal Highness Pangeran Anak Isteri Pangeran Anak Haja Zaria, Her Royal Highness Princess Haja Masna, and the wives of state dignitaries to invite the royal bride to the Balai Singgasana Indra Buana. The arrival of the royal bride, flanked by Her Royal Highness Pangeran Anak Isteri Pangeran Anak Haja Zaria and Her Royal Highness Princess Haja Masna, was preceded by 40 awang-awang carrying the senipit or spears, followed by Jurubini Dayang Haja Rokia and a Hulubalang Diraja carrying the Pemuras and Karga, as well as a Hulubalang Asgar carrying the Kalasak and Kampilan. A Dian Tunggal carried by Dayan Dayang preceded the royal bride, accompanied by Yang Dimuliakan Pihin Mantri Bini Datin Paduka Dayang Haja Amina and Yang Dimuliakan Pihin Jawatan Bini Datin Paduka Dayang Haja Siti. This was followed by Her Royal Highness's perhiasan carried by 3 Dayan Dayang, namely Payong or umbrella, kaskol and kain pendukungan. They were followed by Pengangun Pengantin Diraja or lady in attendance, the wives of state dignitaries and the Pangeran Perempuan berbaju gadong or female Pangeran dressed in green. Several other regalia were also borne by the Dayan Dayang, including Kaskol Langguai, while 7 female Pahawai carried the Puan, Tarian, Kabok and Panastan, Kiap, Chupu, Pasigupan and Kaskol. This was followed by the Dian 16, 16 Pedang and Perisai, 16 Tumbak Bendarangan and 8 Kabok and Panastan carried by awang-awang. As soon as the royal bride was seated, Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Maharaja Setia Laila Diraja Sahibul Irsyad Pangeran Anak Haji Abdul Rahim and Yang Berhormat Pihin Datuk Seri Maharaja Datuk Paduka Seri Setia Dr. Ustaz Haji Awang Abdul Aziz, the State Mufti, sought consent to invite the royal bridegroom. Upon arriving at the outer entrance of the Balai Singgasana Indra Buana, the royal bridegroom was sprinkled with bunga rampai, followed by the sprinkling of water on the bridegroom's feet. The royal bridegroom was led in by Yang Berhormat Pihin Orang Kaya Paduka Seri Utama Datuk Paduka Seri Setia Haji Awang Salim. At the entrance of the Balai Singgasana Indra Buana, the royal bridegroom was led in by Yang Berhormat Pihin Datuk Seri Maharaja Datuk Paduka Seri Setia Dr. Ustaz Haji Awang Abdul Aziz, the State Mufti. His Majesty then took the bridegroom's right hand and placed it gently on the royal bride's head to signify the official union of the royal couple. The salawat was led by the State Mufti as 17 cannon shots resounded.
اللهم صل على سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا وشفيعنا وذخرنا ومولانا محمد
The letter of proclamation bestowing the royal bridegroom with an official royal title was read by Amat Mulia Pangeran Indra Setyadiraja Sahibul Karib.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Dengan titah perintah ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Paduka Seri Baginda Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzaddin wa Daulah Ibni Almarhum Sultan Umar Ali Saifuddin Sadu Hariwaddin Sultan dan yang di-Pertuan negara Brunei Darussalam. Baginda dengan sukacita mengurniakan nama yang amat mulia Pangeran Suami Abdullah Nabil Mahmud Al-Hashimi kepada Awang Abdullah Nabil Mahmud Al-Hashimi.
Doa Selamat was read by the State Mufti.
Allahumma barik lil arusaini al-jadidain. Ya Allah, mohon barang diberkati pengantin diraja yang teramat mulia Paduka Seri Pangeran Anak Putri Fadzilah Lubabul Bolkiah binti ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Paduka Seri Baginda Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzaddin wa Daulah dan yang amat mulia Pangeran Suami Abdullah Nabil Mahmud Al-Hashimi. Ya Tuhan kami, mohon lindungi dan peliharakan raja kami ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Paduka Seri Baginda Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzaddin wa Daulah Ibn al-Marhum Sultan Haji Umar Ali Saifuddin Sa'adul Khairi wa Din Sultan dan yang di-Pertuan negara Brunei Darussalam ke bawah duli yang maha mulia Paduka Seri Baginda Raja Isteri Pangeran Anak Hajah Saleha dan ahli kerabat serta sekalian yang hadir, semoga sama-sama dapat berkongsi rahmat Allah berupa pemeliharaannya yang maha sempurna. Fallahu khairun hafizan wa huwa arhamur rahimin. Innaka ala kulli syai'in qadir. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Mateen then accompanied the royal couple, Her Royal Highness Princess Fadzilah Lubabul Bolkiah and Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Suami Abdullah Nabil Mahmud Al-Hashimi to junjung ziarah His Majesty and Her Majesty Duli Raja Istri. Her Royal Highness and Yang Amat Mulia also greeted the mother of the royal bride. The royal wedding ceremony portrayed the prominence of the Malay Islamic monarchy concept. The tradition-filled ceremony with the graceful Brunei Malay courtesy clearly showed that although the country is progressive, the customs and traditions inherited throughout the eras are still held in high esteem. Yang dimuliakan pihak orang kaya Johan Pahlawan dan inform Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Indra Setyadiraja Sahibul Karib that the Majlis Istiadat bersanding pengantin diraja has been completed. Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran Indra Setia Diraja Sahibul Karib in turn graciously informed His Majesty that the ceremony has been duly completed.
Ampun berampun, yang anda pilih orang kaya Tuhan pahlawan menyembahkan. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Dengan izin Allah jua dan dengan berkat daulat ke bawah Sultan Patik, Majlis Istiadat Bersanding Pengantin Diraja telah sempurna dilaksanakan. Patik menjauh titah.
His Majesty later signalled for the ceremony to be brought to a close. His Majesty and Her Majesty, as well as other members of the royal family, then departed the ceremony. Present were Yang Amat Mulia Pengiran-Pengiran Kshatriya, cabinet ministers, members of councils, deputy ministers, Pengiran-Pengiran Peranakan, Pimpin Mantri, Mantri-Mantri Hulu Balang and Mantri-Mantri Pedalaman, heads of diplomatic mission, members of the Legislative Council, permanent secretaries and heads of government department.